It's such an honor to stand here before you, before Mr. President, on behalf of the National Assembly, deliver this goodwill message on this important day of the commissioning, the head office of the EFCC. For me, it's such a fulfillment of the desire to express. When I first came here, and this building was just a mere skeleton, I had said that with the commitment of the President to fight corruption, anyone who had gone to the former head office of the EFCC, assuming you're a foreigner visiting Nigeria for the very first time, the impression you leave with is that the fight is a joke, because we didn't have a building, sort of, that represented the seriousness with which we're taking the fight against corruption. And I'm happy to say that Mr. President, by this singular effort, has shown or demonstrated that he's putting money where his mouth is. And I'm happy to say that it's with the support of the National Assembly that the funds were put together to complete this institution. And we will continue to support the fight against corruption. Now I'll make two statements and quickly take my seat, because I know time is fast spent. The President is already in the midst of a journey. He left, so I was watching him on TV earlier in the morning. So I wouldn't want to keep him here long. Otherwise, we can stay long celebrating this edifice. Now, first of all, I came here just last week and I made a statement to the effect that if structures or world-class facilities such as this can fight corruption, then we can as well go home and say, oh, we have completed the fight against corruption. But as important as these head officers, it's just like the computer. You can have a first-class hardware, but if the software is not good, you don't have a computer. So emphasis must not move to those wonderful men and women who are sacrificing too much in order to fight corruption. Of course, we expect that the officers and men of EFCC should be angels. That's not a misplaced expectation, except to remind us that angels inhabit the heavens. They don't live in hell. And when you have an angel that is banished to hell, you have a demon. And demons cannot lead this fight. They will mess it up. So, Mr. President, we have the added responsibility of taking measures to insulate officers, men, and staff of this agency from temptations. And that means that we have to better their condition of service. And the last thing I will say is that perhaps this is the most important venue where we must begin to change the narrative about corruption in Nigeria. The chairman made a statement of a reference that was made to Nigeria as a fantastically corrupt country. Incidentally, that statement was made in a city that has won global acclaim as being the global headquarters of illicit financial flows. Also, it's been said in some quarters that Nigeria leads the world in criminal enterprise. As a matter of fact, it was even said that at the University of Lagos, you can measure in credit card fraud. That is the narrative out there. But that must change in the fact that we have seated before here a president who also has won global acclaim as being corrupt-free. And I can tell you that he is not alone in Nigeria. There are millions of Nigerians that we come across day by day that are corrupt-free. And that's representative of history. The prophet cried to God and said, there was no one that was worshiping God, all have bowed their knees to bow. And God replied to that prophet was that he has reserved in that city thousands of people who have not bowed their knees to bow. There are millions of Nigerians that have not bowed their knees to the god of corruption. And that fact must be emphasized. I want to thank all of you for coming, and I pray that God bless the President, bless you all, and bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Only the KFTC camera and the camera the state of allowed into the facility. Only the EFCC and the state camera